Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, the Vampire Stream. Let's get it in, man. Man, I'm gonna be making a lot of money in this game. I'm gonna be making a lot of money in this game. Book it. So, mark my words. Boxing fans, they fall for the okie doke every fucking time. This shit is too easy. Like, boxing is good and bad. Like, the passion is cool, but the passion got some of y'all like fucking robots, like zombies. Y'all fall for the okie doke every time. So, I just ate something. I'm feeling better. I'm gonna say my piece. Y'all can chime in the comment section. Wilder's the best heavyweight. Listen, Tyson Fury did his thing against Tom Schwarz. Bro, I got old media. New media got old media so fucking shook. It's ridiculous. Old media is shook. This is why they have to listen. How they have to deny. They have to like leave 1,000 comments and do this different shit to try to hype up some shit. Like I said, I'll bet anybody who got bread $1,000. CBS put Wilder's Brazil knockout. Right, I have screenshots. It was up at like 11 million by the next day, which would be tomorrow. Who believes that Top Rank, the company put the fight on, their tweet is gonna get 11 million views just on one tweet? Who wants to? I got a rack. Who want to take that bet, bro? You're not gonna be able to win this game, especially we talking money. Saying that dumb shit, your money gonna dry up way quicker than mine, bro. They're trying to build Tyson Fury like Wilder. It's not the same. He's a different fighter. They put him in with Tom Schwarz for this reason, so he could beat the shit out of someone with no defense, someone who's limited, no ring IQ, someone who doesn't know how to fight, a big guy bigger than him, how to handle pressure. Bro, look, Top Rank. Who want to take that bet? This is Fury knocking him out. 2,886 views. Who want to take the bet? This is Top Rank. They showing the Showtime shit. CBS was all bubbling. This is all the angles of the knockout. 4,000 views. Who want to take that bet, bro? I watched the knock. Someone showed me. Someone had the knockout in slow motion. It wasn't even that type of knockout. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't even no crazy knockout. Like, man, if Wilder would have fought Tom Schwarz, it would be probably like Sergey Lakovich. He don't have no defense. He came in with the high guard and looked spook, And this is what old media continues to do. This is what they do to white fighters constantly. That's why people come up with the term great white hope. They ESPN keeps building you and selling and telling you that he's this and that. Listen, the world knows Fury's a good fighter. See how reasonable my conversations are? I think Fury's atop of he's in the top of the division. But I can't say he's the number one person. He is a very good fighter. Nobody's doubting that. But he's not what they're making him out to be, like we see time and time again with Top Rank and ESPN. And, they said Chocolatito was the man. He was number one. They're saying Tyson Fury is the number one heavyweight. Bro, you don't get to those points of views, and consensuses fighting Tom Schwarz. Tyson Fury's running around saying, I'm the lineal champion. Nobody made him fight Tom Schwarz, right? This is how I know old media is trash and I'm destroying them. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. I fucked his wife. I'm fucking them in the game. They survive off a mafiosa image. I'm destroying them. Listen, Tyson Fury has no ordinances or mandates to fight. He and his team randomly picked this Tom Schwarz guy. This is how I know they're full of shit. Wilder was trying to fight Tyson Fury. He was trying to fight Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury said, "Oh, nope. Hold up. I'm going to ESPN and they want me to take tune-ups. So I'm going to do that. It's a deal I can't pass up." I've never seen this where people will praise and credit the person who openly ducked the immediate rematch and then overly credit a win like Tom Schwarz. They simply do not do this with black fighters. They don't do it with brown fighters, but they damn sure don't do it with black fighters. Trust me on this one. If Canelo fights Rocky Fielding, then they're like, who the fuck is that? If Wilder fights someone like Johan Duhaupas, who put up a much better, tougher fight than fucking Tom Schwarz. Johan Duhaupas, when he was undefeated and Wilder fought him, I would pick him to beat Tom Schwarz for sure. Easy money. He was tough. The undefeated one. He later, not now because he lost to Gerald Miller and Alexander Povetkin. Out of all the top heavyweights with big names, Tyson Fury literally had no mandates, no person that he was ordered to fight, and picked the weakest person. Andy Ruiz was fighting AJ. AJ was fighting Andy Ruiz. Wilder fought his mandatory and a 6'7" Olympian who had 3 knockouts in a row and had at least challenged for a title, even though Joshua beat the shit out of him. Right? Oscar Rivas is about to fight Dillian White. Dillian White's about to fight Oscar Rivas. Fury, out of all the fighters, he's the only white fighter in that bunch. And he's also getting this insane amount of praise for fighting the weakest competition out of Dillian White, Oscar Rivas, Deontay Wilder, Dominic Breazeale, Andy Ruiz Jr., and Anthony Joshua. Factually, Andy Ruiz got knocked down hardcore with a beautiful combination from Joshua, who is huge next to him. Ruiz got up and started letting it fly. That shows you a level of experience because he made the decision. You can't teach that. He made the decision right then and there. It's either him or it's me. And he showed a massive heart and went to war with Joshua, cloudy or not, buzzed or not, hurt or not, and was like throwing shit and trying to get Joshua off him. And he connected. Right? He connected. And then he got Joshua's attention and hurt him, and then the rest was history, right? Tom Schwarz, when he was under attack, did nothing. He was like this, sitting on the rope, languishing on the ropes, had no knowledge of what to do. Andy Ruiz didn't do that. Andy Ruiz, after he got dropped, with a 2-piece, Joshua started with the uppercut and then hooked him. And then you see Andy Ruiz's head go all kinds of ways. Andy Ruiz fell on the ground like, oh shit. Looked up, jumped up. Joshua hit him with the vicious right after that. Bow! Andy Ruiz's head like that. After all that, Andy Ruiz was still trying to counter Joshua. Tom Schwarz did this. Like he just wanted the nightmare to end, bro. That comes from a lack of experience, big fight experience. You have a big 6'9" dude wailing on you who's technically bad. He didn't know what to do. Yet and still, old media, they overly praise this. I have no problem with someone saying Fury looked good because he did look good. But what I do have a problem with is they blow it out of proportion. He looked good against who? He looked good against who? Who did he look good against? You know damn well. I'm gonna ask y'all a serious question. Let's play the truth game. Just 100% put anything on it and answer the question, the God honest truth. That's all. Who wants to play the truth game? Who wants to play it? This is that new media shit. They not ready for that. Who wants to play the truth game? All you have to do is tell the truth. I was a fan until this video. I don't give a fuck. I don't know you. Hold on, let me block these motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, I was a fan. I don't. Okay, I don't know you. What's that for? Bro, they think they for the cyber bully. Man, I've been in this game too long. I don't give a fuck. Who wants to play the truth game? Okay, Eric want to do it. All right, Pete. If Deontay Wilder fought Tom Schwarz, undefeated Tom Schwarz, and he knocked him out in the first 2 rounds, how many of you would be honestly saying Deontay Wilder is that dude? He's the #1 heavyweight. He's great. This was remarkable. And if Wilder knocked him out, I would have to imagine with his style, it would probably be a more emphatic knockout. All right, Mr. Spooner's blocked, making pussy-ass excuses. He said the rematch needs no more hype. You're lying. But let's answer the question first, and I'll get to that. Bro, I'm destroying them. Who would give Wilder the ultimate praise and say, wow, he just stretched and had his eyes rolled in the back of his head? Tom Schwarz. All you got to do is answer the question. You know, put something severe on it, like your life savings or some shit. Come on, bro. Who would honestly, do you think anybody in old media would be like, wow, Wilder did it. He knocked out Tom Schwarz. That's why they can't win. They can't win because you could lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself. You know you wouldn't give Wilder no credit. And the reason I know is because I hear old media talk, right? When Floyd fought Berto, oh, he ruined his whole legacy. You know, Charlo fights Matt Korobov because someone fails a drug test. Oh, my gosh. Korobov is a decorated amateur, and you've seen he was good, and he was already fighting to be on that card. You see how they treat oftentimes Al Heyman fighters, oftentimes black fighters. Oh, why is Charlo fighting this? When Wilder had opponents fail drug tests, they blame Wilder. They blame Wilder because Povetkin couldn't, test clean. They blame Wilder because the Luis Ortiz fight got canceled for November, right? They blame Wilder when Andrei Wawowski, the Polish dude, failed a drug test. So we know if you're willing to blame Wilder for Povetkin's dirty test, then we know what type of shit you want. So we know Wilder would not get no praise for beating Tom Schwarz. All you have to do is sub out these people's names and put a black fighter's name and tell me if you think that they... So Triple G last week just knocked out Steve Rose. Switch that with Andre Ward. Switch that... No, he's not in the division. Switch that with Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo knocked out Steve Rose. Demetrius Andrade, the WBO champion, knocked out Steve Rose. Who would say this is incredible? Who would say this? I've never seen this before. This is masterclass boxing at its best. It's looking shaky, man. And we got old media right where we want them in a frenzy. They know if Wilder beat Tom Schwarz tonight, it wouldn't be this big hoopla. In fact, these motherfuckers hate so bad they would try to petition and boycott the fight and shit and tell people, I'm not watching this. I'm not supporting this. Hating that shit. You guys know what I'm saying is true. They can get mad. Smash the like button. We can't let these motherfuckers beat us. They know what I'm saying is true. Ain't nobody would give Wilder, because we've seen Wilder fight who he's fought, and they still say, 40 bums, 41 bums. Yeah, he fought Tyson Fury, he fought Luis Ortiz, and they still saying he fought Stavern. Come on, bro. We destroying them. And the good thing is, the voice is getting louder, and you got more and more people. They could try all the propaganda that they want. We are fully self-sufficient. We out here getting paid. We out here trying to advocate for boxing. So ultimately, the message still gets across. Look, shout out to Boxing Habit on Instagram. Look what they posted. Tyson Fury's opponent, Tom, who the fuck is that guy, Schwarz, was ranked number 56 in the world at heavyweight. Look. Shout out to them. Look, Daniel Dubois got like 10 fights or something and have a higher ranking than him. Joey Dwecko has 7 losses, and they say he knocked out Joshua in sparring, and he ranked right next to Tom Schwarz. Amir Mansour just got knocked out by F.A. Ajagba, and he ranked in the same bracket, number 61. Come on, bro. You think they fucking with new media? Bro, why is Tom Schwarz ranked with guys Alex Lepai, who Klitschko knocked out? Amir Mansour, who F.A. Ajagba just knocked out. Why is he in the same, tax bracket of people in terms of rankings? Because no one fucking knew who he was. Stop playing with me. The more you guys squirm, the more you guys lie, the worse it's going to be for you. The worse it will get. So, do you notice Tyson Fury, like I said, he's a good fighter. His claim to fame is like, I should have beat Wilder and what I did 4 years ago with Klitschko or whenever it was. That's it. That's what they keep talking about. Lineal champion, and the world knows I got robbed in America. I really won, but they didn't think you won. I didn't think you won. There's other people that didn't think you won. So if you really listen, no one can answer this question either. Bro, I'm destroying old media. I like when they squirm because I know they can't get themselves out of it. I know they can't talk themselves out of all these points that I bring up. So we got them right where we want them. Smash the like button. So if Tyson Fury felt he won 10 rounds to 2 and felt he got robbed for show in America, why wouldn't you want some immediate get back? You were in negotiations for a 50-50 deal, and you fled and went to ESPN to fight 2 tune-ups. So if you knew that, you should be unsettled because they got it wrong. You won 10 rounds to 2, and for whatever reason, they just sided with Wilder, right? They just took his side. And the UK and fighters from foreign lands, y'all got to stop this bullshit. If you don't know, America is not becoming. It looks bad. They keep saying like Wilder got hometown cooking. This motherfucker's from Alabama. You guys fought in California. The U.S. is not the UK. This is not, Liverpool's right by London and shit. It was a whole different place, bro. This Alabama. I live in California. I ain't never been to Alabama in my life. Never been to Alabama. America's big. It don't work the same. How is that hometown cooking? How is it hometown cooking? Because a motherfucker from Alabama. So if Wilder was in a gang in Alabama and he come through LA set tripping, you think he's going to be accepted? America's not like that. It's different territories, different regions, different areas. I could be the man in Cali. I go to New York. Nobody know, that don't mean it's not transferable like that. We have like a train system called BART in the Bay, the BART system. I can't take my BART pass and go to New York and then ride the subway. It's different systems. New York, Cali, 2 different shit. Man, get some claps to my man Marquise Pope. And I'm preaching like the Pope. Let's get it. I told you, we just getting bigger. We just getting better. We getting stronger. We getting more efficient, and we getting sharper. They know what we're saying is wrong. We need more claps than that. I'll cut this whole stream off right the fuck now if y'all don't show my man Marquise some love. What the fuck? Count Ego is the hardest working man in this boxing shit. I gotta do it because we built this. I'm not finna let no weak ass propaganda. Listen, you guys have about 20 seconds to give my man some claps. If you don't, this stream is over. I know there's probably a little bit of a lag, but we got to show love to the people who go out of their way to make sure that we are a success. Thank you. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Show my man Marquise some love. So anyway, man, we know the deal and y'all know the drill. They up here hyping up this win. Fury looked great. But again, it's different, You could be a magician at a kid's party. Them jokes don't necessarily transfer to an adult party. The little, why did chicken cross the road? Those types of jokes don't. Everything is different. It's like you could be the man. Tim Tebow was the man in college. NFL is a different ball game. So when you're fighting guys that are ranked like that, who have no experience, yeah, you could show out. Like, just look at it like this. There's no impending danger. Tom Schwarz, Tyson Fury just came out in the second round in a whole different stance for no reason. He's able to try things out. If you do that to Wilder, you might put yourself in a more vulnerable position where if you just, just start off as southpaw, but you're orthodox the next round, maybe that is the difference maker in him missing the shot and hitting the shot. So you have to make educated decisions on if you want to switch to southpaw, i.e. Danny Jacobs versus Golovkin. When Danny Jacobs was in transition to switch to southpaw for no reason, Golovkin caught him. So when you're in there with someone who's dangerous, like a Golovkin at middleweight, like a Wilder, like, Daniel Dubois, AJ, somebody with some power, you switching stances is imperative. That's why he was sleeping and shit. He didn't have no fear for the fight being tough. Man, I ain't never seen this. They still can't answer why. If you thought you beat Wilder, why not go into an immediate rematch? Why do you want tune-ups if you beat him so easy? And don't give me no bullshit about we got to build this shit up. Because, again, how many views is this fight going to get on ESPN+? Do you think they're going to release the numbers? How does this build it up? Because he beat someone that no one in America even fucking knows. You know what I'm saying? How does that build it up? We don't even know who he was fighting. He had no type of qualifications, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I would expect when I was a manager at Lowe's, if somebody came from a similar industry like Home Depot, Ace Hardware or something, and they had years of managerial experience, then I'm gonna expect they probably will be able to transition to the Lowe's system a lot quicker. But if the person is just like, yeah, I just got out of high school and I've never had a job in my life, then I'm expecting, that's the Tom Schwarz type of employees. I'm expecting it's probably going to be more of a chore to get them learned up and, teach them what they need to know, customer service skill, if they're 18, 19, and they never had a job, versus an adult who was in the similar industry. Tom Schwarz is a guy with no prior job history. Come on, bro. And they want to play this game, Tim Bradley. He talking about this is the Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford does what bro. Man, this new media shit. Watch what happened. I'm telling you. Tim Bradley talking about Tyson Fury is the Terrence Crawford of the heavyweight division. Try again, buddy. Because Tyson Fury did that against the guy who was going to allow for him to do that. Tyson Fury did that against a guy nobody fucking knows. So he was able to do that. Terrence Crawford, on the other hand, no matter who the fuck he's in there with, gold medalist, someone taller, someone shorter, puncher, non-punch, he's ambidextrous. That's a big fucking difference. Tyson Fury did it with Tom Schwarz. Terrence Crawford does that with everybody. Taller Victor Postal, taller Julius Ndongo, taller boxer, puncher Jose Benavidez, Felix Diaz, an Olympic gold medalist, Gamboa, an Olympic gold medalist. That's the difference. See, this is embarrassing, and I'm not trying to say I'm better than anyone. I don't have no personal issue with Tim Bradley, but it's embarrassing because Tim Bradley is a fighter, so I'm not the fighter, so he should know that there's little nuances and differences which make that statement a bit over the top. Like I said, Terrence Crawford is someone who sparred with Tim Bradley. That's a disrespect to your friend, because Tyson Fury just did that with nobody. You know what I'm saying? You just did that with nobody. You know how good Terrence Crawford is. Terrence Crawford does that ambidextrous shit with everybody. Deary Jean, he's doing it. Thomas Delorme, he did it. Bro, he's doing that with everyone. That's a big difference. That's like, Danny Jacobs switching to southpaw. If he does it versus Triple G and he's effective, or Canelo, then obviously we're going to give him more props than if Danny Jacobs did it against, Caleb Truax or somebody he's expected to beat. Crawford got that shit on autopilot. Big difference. And see, this. I'm telling you, I'm sick of this clout chasing ass boxing environment. Everything's a clout chase. They can't talk about Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwarz without showing a million Wilder clips and talking about Wilder. He's not fighting Wilder next. Tyson Fury saying Wilder is obsessed with me and he needs me to be famous. Why y'all talking about Wilder then? Why? You know what I'm saying? It's just all over the place. But yeah, Tyson Fury, he did it versus a guy who was going to allow for that. Terrence Crawford is so athletic and quick reflexed. He does that to everybody. He's not just doing that to Deary Jean. You know, he's not just doing that to Hank Lundy or whoever you think is not on his level or his size or short guys or something. He's doing that to everybody. That's a big difference. Tyson Fury ain't doing that, you know. He ain't doing that to he not fighting Joshua, Dillian White, Luis Ortiz, you know. He wasn't switching like that to Wilder in the second round. Why didn't he do that to Wilder? Why didn't he switch to southpaw? Because you know, as a fighter, you know who and what you can get away with. Why didn't he do that to Wilder and switch to southpaw in the second round? Too dangerous. And we know that. You know? Make sure y'all smash the like button. I told you, I had to eat and we getting that work off. We getting that work off when you jerk offs. Let's get it. But just rewatch the knockout. Like when it was happening in real time, I thought it was like more significant. He was hitting the glove and he's just like trying to open him up. It wasn't. I was thinking he was like destroying him, and then I seen a slow motion one. Dude was just like this, and some of them were getting through. It rightfully should be stopped because he's not throwing no punches, you know. But I thought he was like bow bow, like his head was getting like fucked up. It wasn't even nothing like that. Old media got some explaining to do. Look, we gonna be there for everything. The announced attendance for the MGM was 9,012. Tyson Fury, okay, so Bob Arum, Fight Week, says ticket sales are going great. He said, I expect to sell out by Friday. During the telecast, they said it's far from a sellout. MGM, off the top of my head, probably holds 16, 18,000, something like that. They did 9,000. It's because of who they fought. Nobody was checking for that. That's another indication, you know, it's circumstantial evidence. Okay, so it's holds about 17,000. We guys all see this. Holds about 17,000. They did 9. Oh, media looking crazy. Now, Bob Arum said he said it was gonna sell out. That's far from a sellout, just like Max Kellerman said on the telecast. Looking shaky, baby. Also, smash the like button. Deontay Wilder did 13,000 and change for the Brazil fight. Right? 13,000 and change for the Brazil fight. That wasn't a big fight like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Brazil was this huge name known guy. And these motherfuckers in the UK and the AJ protectors and shit, right? They said, oh, Wilder only did 13,000. Oh my gosh. He can't even get over 1 million. He can't get, he got 990,000 for a one rounder. 990,000, which is basically 1 million. Especially with the replay, it was over 1 million. Let's see how much Tyson Fury did on the ESPN Plus app. Let's see if those numbers come out like Crawford Khan. Bro, all that old media shit is dead. I promise you that. Half ain't bad though. Block him. Listen, if you saying dumb shit, you getting clapped. Rafael Lopez Medina. Nah, he said I'm playing. Nope, it's too late. I ain't playing. I ain't here for jokes. I don't got no tolerance for old media. If you ain't with us, you against us. Fuck it. That's how we looking at it. That's how we running shit. I'm sick of the playing. I'm sick of the games. I'm sick of the double standards. So we gonna show you how sick we are. We sick with it. Sick with it records. E40 in them. Yeah. Say the goofy shit. Get put in goofy timeout. That's how we doing it. Barrera Hart. I didn't think it was all that, bro. I thought Hart, based on that performance, I don't really see either of them beating the top at the division. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought Hart was he was able to hurt before the 6th round. It looked like he was able to hurt Sullivan Barrera, and he started rushing his work. You know what I'm saying? Like he started like going ham and like leaving himself open, and he ended up getting hurt. You know, he can't fight Bevo like that. Bevo's too good. Bevo's too like composed and experienced and hits too hard. Sullivan Barrera looked like, you know, it's kind of over for him. That I seen Sullivan Barrera at the Ward fight. He looked a lot more fluid, but that's what happens. He lost to Bevo. You know, he lost. Someone else stopped him, I think, and then he got dropped by Ward. You know, it's just different. So he looked a bit past it. He was hurt and banged up in the Shabransky fight. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. But yeah, man, old media is crazy. Old media is crazy. They think they could play the okie doke. They know damn well if Wilder fought Tom Schwarz, it wouldn't be no big ass like he done it. Wow, I can't believe it. Because they try to take away credible wins from Wilder, like Stavern. You know, they try to act like that wasn't shit. So, like I said, Tyson Fury is a good fighter, but let's talk about it. Shout out to Twix. Look how they do black fighters. I'm going to keep saying that. And you're going to see the signs. You're going to understand why I say it. Okay. ESPN has all these, a lot of times, white fighters, right, that they max out and they say is number one. But why aren't they held to the higher standard that the same people and the people who support Lomachenko being number one in the pound for pound, Tyson Fury being the number one heavyweight, Triple G being the number one pound for pound, those types of things. They put them in those coveted positions, but how come they don't hold them accountable for fighting the necessary competition that would solidify those statements? You guys follow me? So ESPN is notorious for this. Top Rank is notorious for. They'll say Lomachenko is number one, but then Lomachenko ain't fighting the people that I feel would really solidify those claims. Like if Lomachenko fought Mikey Garcia for his first fight at lightweight, or his second fight at lightweight when Mikey was undefeated, and he beat the shit out of him and he stopped Mikey Garcia, or he just beat him like he beat Gary Russell. Now that shows me something. Because Mikey was undefeated. Notice those fights aren't happening. It's over for old media. I told you. This the real deal. This the real deal. This the real deal. Easy work. It's just easy work. And the voices are getting louder and louder. Gucci Grady, $5. Yo, why they acting like Tyson Fury won a championship belt or something? Because he's a lineal champ. That's all I keep talking about. You see? They put these non-black fighters in the coveted spots, but they don't hold them to the standard of a person that would hold the number one spot. Like, okay, for example, you guys all know I used to work at Lowe's. In the building, I was a salary manager, and then above me was the operations manager, and then above that was the store manager. That's the hierarchy at Lowe's. I'm taking y'all to school. Smash the like button. Once again, store manager, operations manager, salaried manager, then it was department managers, and so on and so forth. But the highest level person in the store was the store manager, right? That's the chain of command in the building. So, and then you have HR, which, is kind of its own entity. But the highest level of power in the store was the store manager. Now, guess what? When certain issues blew up and required large, like, monetary payouts to customers and shit, like big money, like big losses, big financial losses for the store, like the delivery crew busted someone's pipes and their house flooded, and then now they're trying to sue or something. They wanted $25,000 in damage. That becomes above my pay grade. I can't authorize. I can do, like, okay, this fridge went out and it was scratched or broke or something. I could do certain things. But once it started getting to, like, oh, there's $50,000 of damage from the delivery crew or something like that, then it has to go above me, right? The issue is above me. Now, the reason I said that is because that's why the store manager get paid the big bucks, because, I would handle a lot. The operations manager, other managers would handle a lot. But then there were certain issues that would arise, and it required the store manager to have to resolve that, to pull the trigger on something like that, right? Chain of command. So the person in the store manager position, those are his duties or her duties and responsibilities, right? Old media wants to put people in the store manager position or these number one positions, but they don't want to hold them to number one standards. They want Lomachenko to be the store manager. They want Tyson Fury to be the store manager of the heavyweights. They want Triple G to be the store manager of heavyweights. But then when it comes down to it, they don't want them to represent and have to fulfill the duties of the store manager, of the number one person. That's the problem with old media. That's the problem. Old media continually, time and time again, they want to just tell you that this person is the greatest. This person is Muhammad Ali, better than Floyd. They want to tell you those things. But then when it comes time to prove it, they don't ever have to make the necessary, on time, expeditiously. They don't have to have no pep in their step to prove it. But meanwhile, they'll actually slander other fighters, oftentimes minorities, especially black fighters, like Deontay Wilder, the Charlos, Errol Spence, Broner. And then those fighters are actually held to a higher standard. That's what y'all have to help me make sense of. You say Wilder's trash, I got you. Tyson Fury is the greatest ever, the best boxer of this generation. Got you. If that's your standpoint, then why is the greatest boxer of this generation, why is the number one heavyweight boxer, it's acceptable for him to fight Tom Schwarz, but Wilder fighting his mandatory because this number one greatest boxer chose to go to ESPN and sign with Top Rank, which created a gap. And he fled from the rematch that he was in negotiations for. Explain that. Make that make sense. How come the guy that you put in this spot, the number one spot, the greatest heavyweight of this generation, or whatever the fuck they're calling Tyson Fury, how come he does not have to fight someone better than Tom Schwarz? But you want Wilder to fight AJ. You want Deontay Wilder to fight Luis Ortiz or whoever it may be, F.A. Ajagba. That's what I'm saying. How is that? How is there less pressure for the person who's ranked lower? That doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like I said with the Lowe's example, the chain of command, the store manager would have to make, pertinent big money executive decisions. Like if the store got robbed in the middle of the night or some shit, like someone broke in, then the alarm system would call the person on file, would be the first person they would reach out to, would be the store manager. So the store manager was on call. They didn't call the fucking janitor and say, "Oh, someone broke into your building. We need you to show up at Lowe's and see what it is." Right? That wouldn't make sense, would it? How would it make sense to a regular part-time associate or a janitor, custodian or something, when severe things happen in the store, they're the first ones that get called, but then the store manager, the ops manager, and salary managers never get called? You see? Doesn't make any sense. Block 40 throne. Fuck what you talking about. Rockabye, baby. Block Luke Miller. Oh shit. Wild Wild West. Damn, they getting clapped. Once again, they know we making too much sense. They know we making too much sense. In the state of an emergency, you would resort to the chain of command, the store manager, operation manager, salary manager, etc. You wouldn't, oh, okay, this person has the most responsibility and they're only a part-time person that works 10 hours a week. That wouldn't even make sense. You would lean on the higher. So the old media is so stupid, they don't understand. They put these fighters, whoever they want, they put them in such a high position, such a high nest, such a pedestal, that they force the fans to hold them to some type of standard, because they tell you this person is this, that, and the third. Period. So, the more they put more, it's just like Eddie Hearns and Anthony Joshua. Eddie Hearn put more pressure on Joshua than was needed. So they put more pressure on him, so I'm not worried about it. Corleone was good. Oh, y'all respawn Nunes? That's what's up. So, like I said, why Deontay Wilder got to fight Luis Ortiz, Tyson Fury fighting Tom Schwarz, and Wilder fighting. So keep in mind, Bum Squad Wilder got to fight Luis Ortiz twice. Still the boogeyman. Still the only person to stop or beat Luis Ortiz. And Tyson Fury gets to fight someone on the level of Tom Schwarz. Explain that. I'll hear out somebody with a sound argument. If you say something dumb, you out of here. Why black people always got to work 10 times harder? You know why. Somebody explain how the Ring magazine #1 lineal Gypsy King, pound for pound, Conor McGregor said he's the best generational fighter, blah blah blah. Tyson Fury is acceptable for him to fight against Tom Schwarz, ranked number 56, but Wilder got to fight Luis Ortiz again. And Tyson Fury is also claiming that he won all but 2 rounds when he fought Wilder. Make this make sense. I'll give you guys. It's an open hot seat. See, notice they never come when I have an open hot seat. Why can Triple G fight Steve Rolls, but Andrade has to fight Selesky, who's obviously more known, and we've seen at a high level, with Gabe Rosado, Danny Jacobs, Hugo Centeno. We've seen with Selesky what type of fight he comes to bring. Black fighters are held to a different standard. Black fighters are judged harder and given less credit. Okay, so I'm looking for people that disagree with you because we're on the same page. Hey, y'all block Mir. Hey, Corleone, he's regular. Don't block Mir. I don't think he was saying it to me. Mir's a regular. Ego is about the great white hype, a double standard. Well, I'm trying to find the people that disagree because motherfuckers disagree. They say they disagree in secrecy with this new media shit. But then every time we try to open up the dialogue and have them enlighten us, is always some bullshit. Oh, you're fucking stupid. Cut your beard. We trying to talk boxing. Where are they at with all the arguments? Being Hispanic, and when I make these points, people look at me like I'm bugging. Bro, people want to look at you like you're bugging, but they won't explain how it's wrong. Look, black and brown fighters, especially black fighters, from what I've seen, but also brown fighters, are held to different standards. Canelo just fought fucking Danny Jacobs. Triple G fought Steve Rolls, and DAZN is trying to give Triple G a Canelo trilogy. Explain that. How come when Jacobs lost to Golovkin in a fight he really didn't lose, in my opinion, how come he had to fight 3 undefeated fighters to get a major fight with Canelo? Triple G can fight Steve Rolls, and then he's right back in the picture. Explain that. You know, Wilder can say, "Yo, I want the rematch with Tyson Fury ASAP. Let's do it next." And then Tyson Fury can say, "No, I beat you easy, all rounds but 2, but I'm going over here to fight Tom Schwarz." And there's no criticism. No criticism at all. See, there's no they have no argument. They have no argument for it one what at all. So you tell me who's winning. So they can try. They can try to swindle and get as many casuals as they want. But the hardcore motherfuckers that's gonna be keep paying, they're gonna get the real message. They go get the real message. Yeah, it's like kind of like when a white dude can dance or sing, because you don't expect every white dude to have rhythm. You know, if we're stereotyping. So when you see a Justin Timberlake or Channing Tatum, you're like, oh shit, the motherfucker can groove. He's dope. But how many black people know how to dance? You know what I'm saying? Black people invent dances. The moonwalks and, the regulator and the cabbage patch, event. That's nothing new. That's nothing new, you know. But when Elvis has some soul to him, then it sells. And this is what they're trying to carry that same legacy on in boxing. But it's a new day. It's a new era. Listen, all we want is, let's just be fair. Let's keep it consistent. It wouldn't even be bad if they kept it consistent. If you kept it consistent, then you winning. But they'll criticize everybody else, especially black fighters, for fighting who they're not supposed to be fighting. Like they'll criticize, I guarantee you, when Jamal Charlo gets ready to fight Brandon Adams closer to that fight week, you'll start hearing, oh, who is this? Why is he fighting this bum? Triple G was trying to fight the same guy, and they didn't say that. They both were trying to fight Brandon Adams, Or Tony Harrison, the other Charlo. Tony Harrison pulled out of the fight last minute, so they just replaced him with somebody. They'll blame Jermell Charlo. He was trying to get his belt back from the guy. How is it his fault? Because Tony Harrison is injured. Same thing they did with Gervonta Davis. He was down to fight Abner Mares. He was not scared. Signed up for the test. It was announced. They even had a press conference. Abner Mares has an unfortunate detached retina, so he pulled out of the fight. They replaced it with a random Hugo Ruiz, Andy Ruiz's cousin that couldn't pull the upset. Hugo Ruiz Jr. They blamed Tank. How are you blaming Tank? And see, bro, I've studied. I study all their tricks. I study all their tricks. Smash the like button. When they like the odds for the fighter that they want to win, when they think that fighter will win, then they'll push him towards that way, right? Like a lot of people at a point thought Lomachenko would beat Tank, so they said, "Come on, Tank. What are you doing, Tank? Fight him now, right now, Tank. Why is Mayweather holding you back, Tank?" Right? But when they're not so sure, they make bullshit excuses. Like Triple G versus Charlo, the way Triple G's looking, that's not a given for Triple G to win. You know, Charlo's a different animal, great jab, much taller, you know, different. He's athletic, powerful. So they'll make bullshit excuses why Charlo or Andre shouldn't fight Triple G because they don't deserve it and all this bullshit. So Tom Schwarz deserved Tyson Fury. Bro, old media is dead. I could do this all day. You know? Then why are they not? Okay, so Tank Davis, you rushed him to fight Loma, and people are still doing it even though they're not even in the same division, but they're not rushing Tyson Fury to do an immediate rematch in a fight that ended in controversy and a draw. Explain that. Why the same motherfuckers have no rush to see Tyson Fury? They want Tyson Fury to take his time. How come? They want him to get 2 tune-ups. How come? Why don't they rush? Why don't they rush like they want Tank to fight? Tank's 23 and Lomachenko's like 29. So why is Tank rushed to fight Lomachenko, right? And I don't care. It's a good fight. Tank said, I already talked to Tank. He said he will fight him and it's not going to be what you think. Not me personally, but he's saying fans. You know, because they only do it when they think the fighter they're advocating for wins. Meanwhile, Bob Arum's shitting on the Brown fighter, Andy Ruiz. Shitting on him like, oh, he don't punch that hard. So Andy Ruiz stopped Anthony Joshua, big ass, who's 6'6", and muscle bound and a gold medalist. And you said he didn't fight the real Anthony Joshua. But then Tyson Fury fights a 6'6", pudgy looking, like big stiff, and he knocks him out in 2 rounds. Bob Arum gonna say that's the greatest. Come on, bro. Listen to that. Come on, man. Black and brown fighter. Look what they do. Ruiz stopped a 6'6" Olympic gold medalist who was undefeated, who unified with Joseph Parker, who's a good fighter, who beat Dillian White, who's still a good fighter and ain't lost since, who beat Dominic Brazil before Deontay Wilder. The brown fighter, Mexican fighter, Andy Ruiz Jr., he looks like he's like 6 foot to me. So he's shorter. Stopped the 6'6" guy after being hurt. Bob Arum is shitting on his old fighter, Andy Ruiz Jr. Block Jamie Cope. Hope you can cope with getting blocked. Block Jamie Cope ASAP. They not finna fuck my points up. Andy Ruiz stopped a 6'6" Anthony Joshua after being hurt. Tyson Fury is 6'9" to Ruiz, who's 6 foot tall, 6'1". Tyson Fury is 6'9", 260 something, and he stopped. And he stopped a big stiff that nobody ever heard of. That's 6'6". They trying too hard, bro. And I like it. Every time old media tries to over promote, we're gonna be right there to pick up the pieces, cause this shit sounds ridiculous. Arum honestly trying to insult Andy Ruiz for knocking out an Olympic gold medalist and an undefeated Joshua who's accomplished far more than Tom Schwarz. You shit on Andy Ruiz and that wasn't the real Andy Ruiz. Well, so is Bob Arum gonna say that wasn't the real Tom Schwarz? I've seen Tom Schwarz fight before, and that wasn't the real one. So do you think Bob Arum is gonna is straight up promoter tactics? Will Bob Arum say, "Hey man, I know I sold you guys this bullshit with Tom Schwarz, but that wasn't the real Tom Schwarz. I've seen the guy fight, and that wasn't the real one, like he did to Andy Ruiz, the Mexican fighter." Do you think he's going to say that? That's how he shitted on Andy Ruiz's performance. Oh, that was different. That wasn't the real Joshua. Man, who the fuck was it then? Damn, the same dude keep coming back. Smash the like button. Man, smash the like button. King Corleone. Hell nah. Bob Arum going to be like Tyson Fury is the mad dog. No good heavyweight. Exactly. You know what else? Watch. Mark my word. They're going to say Tyson Fury wasn't in shape for the Wilder fight. But now this new improved shape. Watch. I've studied the game. I'm psychic. That's going to be one of the talking points. Oh, man. In December, Tyson Fury wasn't in his best shape. Even though he weighed less for the Wilder fight. He was like 250 something. This fight he weighed 260. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, he wasn't in shape, but now he's in shape now. This is a brand new Fury. Someone said they're already saying it. See? What'd I tell you? This shit is predictable. That's why they can never fuck with new media. Always predictable shit. This is the new improved. They do this, man, they do this to all the fighters that they want to push. When Pacquiao was knocking motherfuckers out, like Chris Algieri, Rio, oh, this is the best Pacquiao we've seen. He's back. Okay. And then you put him in with Mayweather. What happened? Biggie, what happened? Crown King. Salute ego. If Wilder fought Tom Schwarz, he would be heavily criticized, but Fury gets praised. Yep. And on top of that, Fury ran from the rematch. Ain't that a bitch? So Tyson Fury, not only did he fight Tom Schwarz, he fought Tom Schwarz instead of going immediately into the rematch. What if Mayweather fought Maidana and people said it was close, people said it was a draw, even though they gave Floyd the victory? What if Floyd did that? And then Maidana was on Showtime, and then Floyd's like, I'm going back to HBO. And just said, oh, I'll rematch Maidana in 2020. Bro, you know what they would say. They'd say Floyd's ducking. Maidana, he knows Maidana beat his ass, and he don't want to rematch it, and he don't want to give him the fair one. It's so predictable. It's so predictable. And that's why it's beautiful. Because we keep winning. Because all we have to do is predict the bullshit that they do. You know? They would dog out Floyd. Saying he's scared of the rematch and stuff. What if Andre Ward did that? What if Andre Ward beat Kovalev? They said he beat him. I thought he won. Close fight. Beat him. And then said, I'm going to DAZN. Let's say DAZN was out. And then he fled from the rematch. And he goes sign to DAZN, knowing DAZN, you know, it becomes harder. And then DAZN said they want Ward to have 2 tune-ups. I called this a while ago. They know the rematch has to happen, but they're trying to get some paychecks out of Tyson Fury. Build up the rematch so when it does happen, they feel like the pot is as big as it's going to be. And then also give Tyson Fury the best fighting chance by giving him practice fights where he can gain confidence and shit. But Wilder has a type of power where it's like that stuff don't matter. If all it takes is Wilder, you know, Wilder is the real time. He's the real one time. You know, no offense to Keith Thurman, but Wilder's the real one time. Because if he hits you one time clean, then we know what happens. Listen, Tyson Fury, just listen to what I'm saying. Tyson Fury, he's he's crafty. You know, he looked good his defense in the Tom Schwarz fight, but Tom Schwarz is hella slow. He looked much slower. Plus, he didn't have one punch game changing power at no elite level. Wilder has showed you game changing elite power and more speed. So Tyson Fury, whatever he did and whatever he did defensively, he's gonna have to do that for as long as the fight lasts. I mean, if he could stop Wilder, then that's that. But or he's gonna have to do it for 12 rounds of that and not get hit no type of way. See, they know this stuff. That's why they prolonging it. I'm telling you, bro. Dude stayed in a high guard throughout the fight. Man, it looked just like Lomachenko. It damn near looked fixed, some of these top ranked fights. I'm just being real. Because it looked just like the Lomachenko versus Corolla fight. You know, either that or it's like, even if it's not fixed, it's fixed because you know this person has a tendency to, doesn't have the experience to get them out of the situations that they're put in. Andy Ruiz didn't fight like that. So who thinks? Let's just vote. Who thinks, knowing that Andy Ruiz got caught with the beautiful, fast, and powerful counter from Joshua, who we know hits harder than Tyson Fury? Who believes that Andy Ruiz would just sit there and not throw punches at Tyson Fury? He's not going to look to counter. He's just going to just be like this, like Home Alone. Who believes that? That's literally, that's the Tom Schwarz fight. Tyson Fury, bah, 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 bah. And he's like, who who thinks Andy Ruiz would do that? Luis Ortiz. Anybody with an ease at the last name. Ruiz, Ortiz, Suiz, Squeeze. Like anybody with that type of name, who thinks they're going to just sit there and let Tyson Fury just pound on them and shit? Pause. Come on, bro. Masterclass. Massive risk. All right, bro. The UK is down fighters, so they doing whatever. Like I said, Tyson Fury is good. And the funny, Tyson Fury getting credit for antics outside being a likable guy. That don't have nothing to do with boxing. He's a good fighter. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is people are like, I like his personality and singing the song. I don't care about the song, sing song shit. I really don't. I got shit to do. If I want to listen to Aerosmith, I'm going to listen to the real thing, Steve Tyler. I'm not finna listen to Tyson Fury rendition. I care about boxing. I got shit to do. People be like, oh yeah, proper show. He's singing for us now. Like, I don't care about that type of shit. Some of y'all maybe do. I don't care about that. I want to see some good boxing. And like I said, if he did that to Dillian White or somebody, I'll be like, oh shit. Stop Dillian White in two. Why didn't he fight Oscar Rivas? Come on, you guys know. You know. Oscar Rivas is an ESPN fighter. They'd rather put him on DAZN against Dillian White and possibly lose to a DAZN fighter if Dillian White beats him than to have put Tyson Fury in there. That tells you everything you need to know. Oscar Rivas came off the Bryant Jennings performance, and they put him in there with that. Tyson Fury would have got more respect fighting Bryant Jennings. Those are two top ranked fighters, and they put someone that everyone should rate underneath Bryant Jennings and Oscar Rivas, and they put him in there with that guy. Come on, bro. And then it's like they're trying to pee on your leg and tell you it's raining. Block Roy Rivas. It's the same dude. You not slick. We don't care. Roy Rivas. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. Block Roy Rivas. The rat. Rat Rivas. Right. We got this shit on lock. Yeah, fuck Roy. Bob Arum don't push his black fighters. Yeah, they never pushed. I never see Terrence Crawford being, you know, sensationalized like this. That boy coming up with all kinds of names. Yeah, fuck Roy. Only Roy I like is Roy Jones. Shit, Andy Ruiz, massive risk. Man, that's Rat Revis. That motherfucker Ratatouille. He a snitch. Bro, they giving Tyson Fury all the credit in the world. And then got the nerve to be like new media. Oh, Ego's a hater. That's the type of shit they'll say. So they can't say what I'm saying that's wrong, but I'm a hater. Like, why I got to be all that? Listen, if someone's a hater, you'll be able to prove it. Was Tom Schwarz a legendary world beater? Yes or no? Let's vote. And if you play games, you're in the hot seat. So, was Tom Schwarz a fighter you have heard of that had accomplished anything of note in the heavyweight division? Let's vote. Shooters, get ready. He back again. Oh, shit. They blocked him eloquent. No. Was Tom Schwarz a guy of note in the heavyweight division that you have heard of? That you had, you were checking for? Fuck no. Look it. Here's what they think about you. I told you, this is why they can't stop new media, because you could play all these fucking games, but the people know what it is. You can try to deceive the casuals. Maybe they'll fall for it. But nobody listen, this is how I know what I'm saying is true. If Tom Schwarz was that dude, two things. Two reasons. For one, if I lose, I'm going to beat that ass. For two, if I lose, I'm going to beat that ass. So if you don't pop two motherfucking quarters in, what movie is that from? What movie is that reason? What movie is that from? Two reasons. For one, if I lose, I'm going to beat that ass. For two, if I lose, I'm going to beat that ass. So if you don't, God damn, Mir is good. That boy good. Yup. Juice. He said two reasons. For one, if I lose, I'm going to beat that ass. For two, if I lose, I'm going to beat that ass. If you don't pop two motherfucking quarters in and get this goddamn game started. You wanted all the juice. Bro, I got the juice now. Two reasons. Look. One, if Tom Schwarz was that dude, typically in boxing, at least for the hardcores, it don't matter where you're from. If you're from Australia, Mexico, if you're from Argentina, if you're from the UK, we'll start hearing about you. Like the UK, people know, okay, Daniel Dubois coming. They knew about Anthony Joshua. They know Dillian White. Those are some of the better heavyweights, or you'll be like, oh, who's this Maidana guy I'm hearing from Argentina, or Eric Morales, or this guy Canelo from Mexico. Who is he? So when you're really good, it don't matter where you're from. If you're world level good, people will start hearing about you. People will start hearing about you. That's it. They'll start hearing about you. How many people are we checking for that are from all these other places? Like, how do we know about Guillermo Rigondeaux? Because we start hearing about, okay, who's this Rigondeaux dude from Cuba? People, that reputation precedes you. I ain't never heard about Tom Schwarz. I ain't never heard about Steve Rose. These people are at a certain age point. Like Steve Rose was 35. We would have heard about you by now. That's just how the game goes. Daniel Dubois is 23, and people hear about him. I know who Mick Connellan is, and all these other people, that are supposed to be good. Fazladin, and I knew about Crusher. If you good, if you world level good, we'll start hearing about you. I have a lot of people that are checking for F.A. Ajagba. You know what I'm saying? If you good, people gonna start hearing about you and start, okay, I gotta check it. Or in America, the Joey Spencers, Money Powell, the Gabe Flores Juniors, I tell you, I'm like, man, check for these dudes. Devin Haney, all these dudes. So that's one thing. If you're good, no matter where you're from in the world, word gets around quick. You're like, who is this dude? Like look at the other dude Eddie Hearn has, um, Philip Ergovich. We hear about all these dudes. We just checking and waiting. Vodstick from Ukraine, Usyk from Ukraine, Lomachenko. That's how we hear about everybody because their reputation started to precede them. Ain't nobody heard of no fucking Tom Schwarz in America. So that's one thing. Tom Schwarz didn't have no legendary resume or anything. We would have been heard about you if you was nice like that. Typically, if you in the heavyweight division and you just somebody to check for it, we would have heard from you. We know who Kubrat Pulev from Bulgaria. We know about all these other dudes, but just nobody happened to hear about Tom Schwarz, and he the nicest. Come on, bro. That's why no one was checking for it like that. How many people are watching Inoue? He from Japan. We live in America, a lot of us. Why are we checking for Inoue? Because he's raw. I told you. He's nice with it. Dorticos, who just got a great knockout over Tabiti. He from Cuba. Why do we know these guys? Because we're hardcore boxing fans, and like I said, their reputation precedes them. No one heard of Tom Schwarz, and he's a major player in the heavyweight division. When does that happen? Name someone else who's, like Tony Yoka, Daniel Dubois, Philip Ergovich, F.A. Ajagba. Name someone else who's on the rise that we've never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like a Tom Schwarz. Stop it. Talk about he's ranked. Who cares? Max Kellerman said, I don't even trust none of the sanctioned bodies on the ESPN telecast. He said, I don't trust the rankings with any of the sanctioned bodies. What if a matchmaker could slide the WBO some money and say, hey, we're about to fight Tom Schwarz. Can you bump him up in the rankings? I wouldn't be surprised if shit like that happens. So I don't give a fuck about that. We want to know who he is and if he's ready for Tyson Fury. Nothing that he had accomplished, nothing. Here's another reason. When you start seeing posters and it's just a picture of Tyson Fury by itself and it says Tyson's return, the person he's fighting is trash. They don't even have no images on file to put him on the graphic, on the flyer and shit. Or when you hear the build up, they just keep talking about Tyson Fury and Wilder, not telling us nothing. You don't have no information to provide us about Tom Schwarz. No, you see the bare ass fight poster with just Fury and shit. Tyson's return. They did that to Golovkin too. They ain't had no pictures of Bill Bellamy, Steve Rolls. Listen to the buildup. All they were talking about was Tyson Fury and drugs and depression and obesity and Wilder. They didn't give a. I didn't learn nothing new by design. I didn't learn shit about Tom Schwarz. They didn't say like, oh, Tom Schwarz, he used to spar with Klitschko heavy, and then Vitaly really liked him, so he introduced him to his brother, and then he started working with Emmanuel Stewart. How come there's no the dudes that have been around the block that are good, there's usually background stories like that. We didn't hear nothing like that about Tom Schwarz. He was brought in there to get fucked up. End of story. And the justification was that he was ranked. You don't have like Oscar Rivas. I told you he beat Kubrat Pulev and Andy Ruiz in the amateurs because he has an amateur pedigree. So I will mark my words. The Zone, if they do their homework and they're airing the Dillian White Rivas fight, they might talk about that. Like, oh yeah, this Rivas guy is a decorated amateur. He fought and beat Ruiz, especially since Ruiz knocked out AJ. They didn't tell us nothing like that about Tom Schwarz because he was Tom Schwarz, a guy brought in to lose. End of story. And y'all know what I'm saying is the motherfucking truth. Because I'm the truth. So, yeah, man, they can try their best to blow it out of proportion. Smash the like button. If you guys are in here, smash the like button. The Vampire's Dream. Tyson Fury fought somebody he was easily supposed to beat, and it played out like that. End of story. And like I said, I don't see all these celebrations for other fighters, even if it's not their fault. Like I said, Charlo fighting Matt Korobov. That was a tougher fight, in my opinion, for Charlo's style than Willie Monroe. And Willie Monroe failed a drug test, which is the only reason the fight got switched. They blame they blame Charlo for that. Oh, why is he fighting Korobov? Korobov is a lot more experienced, and we've actually seen him fucking fight before. Against Andy Lee, I had already watched that fight before I have even seen him fight Charlo. You know, I knew about his amateur pedigree before I even watched the Charlo fight. Nobody knew shit about Tom Schwarz. So we got a guy who's 6'6" in Germany, and he's just the best kept secret. He's this monstrous puncher, and nobody's heard of him. How? How would that be possible? If there's this Wilder type puncher who's 6'6", you know, 6'6" from Germany, speaks some English, you know, and then he's not getting no type of major promotion. Come on, bro. The old media is scrambling. They're not used to being met with any factual resistance. They're not used to resistance at all. They're used to just being able to say whatever the fuck they want and just letting that shit ride. But every time they say something stupid, it comes back to haunt them, and I love it. Like I said, out of all the major big top 5 heavyweights, Tyson Fury fought literally the worst. Name a person in their last scheduled fight that fought someone worse than Tom Schwarz. Out of the big, the big 5, top 5. So from Andy Ruiz, Dillian White, AJ, Wilder, Brazil, out of that group. Name one of those guys who their competitor, the person staring across the ring from him, was worse than Tom Schwarz. Unproven like Tom Schwarz. You can't, exactly. Dominic Brazil's 6'7", so he's an inch taller, and he's a U.S. Olympian. And he was on a 3 knockout streak. He knocked out an Olympian in Carlos Negron. He had the experience of fighting AJ and losing to him, and he got better. He also fought that African dude. That was a war, Amir Mansour. His resume is way killing. He knocked out Eric Molina. His resume was shitting on Tom Schwarz. Wilder, we already know he's the champion, so that goes out saying. AJ, that goes out saying. Andy Ruiz, man, fought Joseph Parker. And Dimitrenko, who Bryant Jennings also fought. So what are we talking about? Tyson Fury literally fought the worst, and their old media is somehow trying to give him the most credit. And then Bob Arum is taking away credit from Andy Ruiz. Tyson Fury, their whole claim to fame is almost beating Wilder in their mind because they didn't give it to him. It's looking shaky for y'all. It really is. I don't even see why y'all would choose to go down this road. Block Bat 1, the same rat. Get these rats out of here. Bat 1, we up to bat. They batting. They finna Mark McGuire yo shit. Bat 1, block him. Same dude. I feel like stealing juice. Don't you get tired of this? Damn, they don't get tired of getting clapped. That's funny. Yet old media acting like Fury fought a killer. Bro. And then they're going to act like new media is hating on him and new media hates him. No. Fight a reasonable person with a reasonable stylistic threat, and then we're talking. They'll probably put Tyson Fury in there with Kubrat Pulev, another fight I don't want to fucking see. Who wants to see Tyson Fury, Kubrat Pulev? I can see him fighting Pulev more than I see him fighting Oscar Rivas or Dillian White winner. Who wants to see Tyson Fury versus Kubrat Pulev? The Me Too match. Kubrat Pulev, he got Jin Sushi problems. That's gonna be the Me Too match. You know how they had wrestling, they had like the ladder match. That's gonna be the Me Too match. Crazy. And here's the other thing: they're trying to build Tyson Fury as this like how Wilder is, but Wilder is naturally who he is as a fighter. Tyson Fury is a boxer. He's a boxer. When have we ever seen him knock out a big name in the second round? That's not his bag like that. That's Joshua and Wilder, Daniel Dubois' bag, more so than Tyson Fury. So basically, they had to use clever. Just listen to me. Wilder has so much fucking power that could be the outcome with anybody. Stavern showed a good beard in the past, and Wilder knocked him out in the first round. Brazil, he got knocked out on his feet by AJ in like 7-9 rounds or whatever it was. Wilder destroyed him in one round. That's just naturally the type of power that Wilder possesses. Listen to what I'm about to say. So it's not nothing forced. We know Brazil was at least tough, tough enough to last with Joshua, who's a big puncher. We know Stavern, he had a good beard. He showed a good beard in the first fight with Wilder. These guys got destroyed in the first round. They had to go to scrape the bottom of the rankings and just pick someone random who was ranked, a random dude that a lot of people would call a bum, right? For Tyson Fury to produce a second round knockout. That's the difference. You don't see how you don't see how that's like almost like fronting, Name somebody that Tyson Fury, a big name that he stopped in the second round. You go, oh, you're hating. Name a guy he stopped in the second round with the big name. Cause I can name big, all types of fighters Wilder stopped in the first couple rounds. So they had to get someone who was like ranked really low with the perfect style to produce that. Wilder, it don't matter what the style is, the outcome tends to be the same. That's the difference. And if you don't think what I'm saying is true, then why didn't he fight Oscar Rivas? Why didn't he fight Dillian White? Why didn't he go straight into the Wilder rematch? There has to be a reason. Okay, you want to build the Wilder fight. Whatever. That's a weak reason, but why didn't he fight Dillian White? Oscar Rivas. How come? Shit, even Brian Jennings. Even though Brian Jennings is coming off a loss to look at Brian. Wow, I just thought of it. Brian Jennings is coming off a loss to Oscar Rivas. He was doing good in the fight, but he got stopped in the final round. This motherfucker from Philly is fighting Joe Joyce, who's at least he's like kind of slow, but he's a big puncher. And he's actually big though. He's like 6'6". I met him, so he's a big dude. So once again, how come Brian Jennings just got stopped in his last fight? Shout out to my dude, BY, true Philly heart. Tyson Fury's this lineal everything, and I'm the lineal, and I'm the champ of the world, and number one. But Brian Jennings got stopped in his last fight, and he's fighting a Joe Joyce. Explain that. I'll wait. How come Brian Jennings got stopped he was doing good in the fight, with Rivas, but he got stopped in the final round, and he's going on to fight an undefeated Joe Joyce, who's a big puncher, who just stopped Stavern. That was his big step up. And he's an amateur. But Tyson Fury ain't fighting Joe Joyce. Tyson Fury ain't even fighting Brian Jennings. Explain. I'll wait. And you tell me this ain't by design, this ain't clever matchmaking? Come on, bro. Everybody else is fighting bigger names. Daniel Dubois, he's fighting Tyson Fury cousin, Norman Gorman or whatever dude's name is. Why didn't Tyson Fury fight Daniel Dubois? They both were Frank Warren. How is it that the guy you're saying is number one, the lineal everything, the guy they're saying is the best heavyweight, he get to fight the easiest task? Explain it to me. Explain the meaning. How come the guy that's getting the most praise from ESPN and they're saying he's the best heavyweight gets to fight the most simplistic task? That wouldn't be acceptable. Daniel Dubois ain't even fighting a Tom Schwarz. I watched the Gorman dude. He could scrap. He was moving pretty well. That's a good fight. And he was just in a war with that dude with the bleached beard and shit. That's a good fight. Oscar Rivas, Dillian White, that's a good fight. AJ and Ruiz, that was a good fight. Brazil even held his own, even under attack. He caught Wilder with like 2 rights, but Wilder just had too much power. That was a good fight. You see how Dominic Brazil acted? Wilder's the biggest puncher in the division, and Brazil, he still tried to get Wilder up off him. This is Tom Schwarz. When Tyson Fury, who's not even as big of a puncher as Wilder, he did nothing. He did nothing to swing back. But Dominic Brazil was in there with one of the biggest punchers, the biggest puncher, and he still caught Wilder with 2 rights, swinging crazy. And Wilder was like that. It's looking bad for old media. It's looking bad. And again, they give Tyson Fury, they're giving him all the credit. So how you get all the credit, but he has the easiest task? How come Daniel Dubois only got 9-10 fights or whatever, and he fighting the Gorman dude? Shout out to Greg Tucker. Keep working, Ego. Much love from the Poconos. Man, we working. It's looking crazy for old media. They know they can't explain their way out of this stuff. So it took clever matchmaking to produce this. And if I'm lying, let's see Tyson Fury. Why is it Tyson Fury, if he's feeling so good, why don't he go into Deontay Wilder, say, you know what, fuck it. We don't even need to wait till next year. I'm feeling great. Why does he need a second tune-up? Why don't he just go straight into the Wilder, cancel the Luis Ortiz shit? Block Sean Murray. We about to get you. Sean Murray, it's coming. Breathe. Oh, see? I told you, King Corleone. That's all you got to do. Breathe. Breathe. They so mad. Old media is so mad, but they keep coming back. King Corleone was clapping shit. Oh my God, that man was clapping. I could barely even say it. He already knew. So we see what they do. You know. So it is what it is. But I had to say my piece on this whole situation. Yeah, King Corleone kind of quick, bro. Tom Kwame Schwarz has a bona fide, he was a bona fide scrub. No disrespect. This man, this shit going too quick. He can't fight. He has small hands. Yeah, bro. Let's just keep it consistent. So, if Charlo beats Brandon Adams, I want to see the same energy. If the other Charlo fights his late replacement, I want to see the same energy. You know, Errol Spence knocks out Ocampo in 1 round. I want to see the same energy. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. These motherfuckers is full of shit. When Errol Spence knocked out Ocampo, his mandatory, unlike this Tom Schwarz feller, right? They said, oh, he just beat Ocampo. Who is that? Okay, so Errol Spence destroyed him. And see, bro, that's how I know Tyson Fury's he's not the type of puncher that they try to make him out to be. The dude was still upright and shit. Errol Spence was sleeping shit. Ocampo was destroyed. Brazil was destroyed by Wilder. You know, Erickson Lubin got destroyed by Charlo. Hugo Centeno got destroyed by Charlo. Jesus Cuellar got destroyed by Tank. Pedraza was getting destroyed by Tank. That was his first step up fight. Bro, they mad at the black fighter, bro. I told you. They don't never give none of these black fighters I'm talking about this same type of credit. None. Ever. Ever. Forever, ever. Yeah, you never seen him jumping up for joy when Spence stopped Ocampo. Easy work. Didn't have no cuts, no nothing. You know, actually, truth be told, there was one sequence, I don't remember, I think it was in the first round. And then Tyson Fury was on the rope, and then, what's the name, punched it. He got a couple little shots in. So it makes me wonder, bro, Wilder has longer arms than Schwarz, it looked like. And he's quicker. I seen Tyson Fury still get hit. And then they like, Tyson Fury, his defense looked good. He put his hand by his side. He was slipping and shit. All right, do that with Wilder. Wilder been working on his uppercut. Do that with Wilder then. Put your hands at your waist and just roll with shots and shit. Do that with Wilder. Let's see. I can't wait. Yeah, man. I seen what's the name, connect a couple of shots. It's just I don't think he had the experience or the power to really do nothing to capitalize on it. You know, he's not. I don't know. He never fought nobody. It's kind of hard. You know. Anyway, that's my time. Holla at the boy. I'll be back with some more heat. Old media, get ready. Wipe yourself off. You dead.